Now, there was widespread criticism of the Limpopo executive reshuffle. This week, it emerged that Premier Stan Mathabata had allegedly left out some members from the Waterberg region. It followed scathing criticism from the Limpopo EFF, which said the reshuffle merely rewarded loyalties and ignored the developmental agenda. Meanwhile, the SACP in Limpopo has also weighed in, calling for those implicated in the looting of VBS Mutual Bank to be recalled. Joining us now for the ANC's reaction is the Provincial Secretary, Reuben Madadzhe. Reuben, good to have you with us, and thank you very much for your time. First, are you going to heed the call of your alliance partners to recall those who've been implicated in the VBS looting from this particular executive?
Thank you very much. Good evening, Tawo and the viewers of Newzroom Afrika. We want to appreciate the opportunity given to us. Safe to indicate that we've got platforms and channels where we engage our alliance partners, the South African Communist Party and the COSATU. I think we have got enough channels where we can engage. I think last week we had an Alliance Political Council. We will still listen to what they are saying and will respond to their issues in the correct channels. I don't want to engage our alliance partners through media.
Then the statement says you are appalled at the shocking remarks made by Josie Putana during my interview with him last week around the Premier Stan Mathabata, but also around the two members of the Premier's executive, that is Florence Radzilane, as well as Menakedi Sibanda. Let's firstly talk about this. Have you expressed your degree of being appalled to Josie, and have you asked him to apologize for his comments?
No. What we are saying is very simple, is that the economic freedom fighters must give us opportunity to lead the province of Limpopo, because we have been given the mandate by the general population of the province. But as well, if you look at the person who was representing EFF, he is just a former leader of the EFF because he has been dissolved by the EFF. He can't talk about the issue of the performance of the cabinet when he himself, his party, could not give him opportunity to continue leading the EFF in the province. But above that, the ruling party can be given directives and instructions by the opposing parties. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world where after you have won elections, then the opposing parties will tell you who to deploy, who to redeploy. Is the responsibility and the mandate of the ANC to assess its deployees and make adjustment where possible.
So in the context of the ANC's renewal and in the context of the ANC's call for a capable leadership and a capable state, three issues that have been raised, or maybe four. Let's go through them and you tell me what your feeling is. The first one is that Bhaskobha Makamu is not capable to take care of the coffers. And he's proven it because he, for example, has allowed a contractor in that Lipalale construction to blow 70 million rands without any work being delivered at this point in time. And he continues to engage that contractor. They're saying that shows a leader who is not capable to take care of the coffers of the province.
When we judge him on that, we must judge him on the basis of the prescripts of the law. The Public Funds Management Act prohibits, that is the responsibility of an accounting officer that you are referring to. The accounting officer must ensure that where there is a service which is supposed to be rendered, that service is equivalent to the amount that is going to be paid. But if you're going to judge the MEC because there is, even when there is an invoice, there is nowhere where the MEC signs invoice. In terms of the PFMA, I mean, those statements are baseless because the person, it shows that the economic freedom fighters has deployed wrong people in legislature. People who are supposed to be the legislators who can't even interpret the laws. Because with regard to that, it's very clear That is implementation of project. It lies squarely with the accounting authority, who is the HOD.
Yeah, but
Vice Cop Makam can be the responsible person. If there is a contractor who has been appointed, then that contractor is there on site and it's not performing. The responsibility is for the MEC.
Yeah.
Is for the HOD to terminate the contract.
But Reuben, we do know now, according to the SIU and the reports, for example, that have been issued around the COVID-19 PPE money that was used, that MECs, whose responsibility is political, also have an oversight responsibility to ensure that money is being used correctly.
Yeah, but we must not confuse oversight with implementation of the project, because oversight is something else. Oversight is when there is work that is being done. The oversight authority, which is in the case of the MEC, will then have to go and look at the work that is being done.
Yeah.
And the reference that you gave, my brother, you are talking about the issues that squarely lie. If you have worked in government, you will understand that what I'm saying is right. What you are raising, those issues, is purely an administrative matter. It has got nothing to do with oversight.
Nakedi Sibanda and Florence Razilane. Let's stick to Florence Razilane for now because of time. She, of course, is one of those cited in the VBS report as having caught up in a conversation. Her name not entirely mentioned, but the mayor of Vembe having been mentioned in the SMS communication, not happy with having received 300,000 rands, and there was conversation around her being organized to get a little bit more. Are you, as the ANC, not worried about that kind of image in terms of the leadership that you put in place?
Maybe we must put it into correct context. The WhatsApp messages are not between Comrade Florence Razilane and the person who has been fingered by the report, by the Terimutao report. We must put it in the correct context. It's not the exchange of the SMS or the WhatsApp.
Oh yes, of course. It's the two organizers who are having a conversation about the Vembe mayor who is unhappy with her portion of the share that she got from the spoils of the 300 million that was deposited.
I think Thabo, by now you know that the people who are implicated in the VBS scandals are undergoing court processes, and Comrade Florence Razilane is not amongst them who are undergoing court processes. And I'll appeal and plead with you that we must respect the processes of our judiciary. If she's not being held in any court of law, we must also respect her right as every citizen, because her right also is protected by the Constitution of the Republic. She's not appearing anywhere, and the ANC has got a step-aside rule. If she was being implicated somewhere, and if she was appearing in a court of law, by now would have requested her to step aside. Safe to say there is nothing against her currently. Let's wait if there will be some other things. But currently, as we are seated, me and you, we know it very well that there is nothing that is being said. There is no court case against her.
Reuben, Madadzhe, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for coming on tonight. Limpopo ANC Secretary, wanting to respond, of course, to criticism and comments that have been made by the EFF and some of the alliance partners as well, as far as the reshuffle of Sten Mathabatha's executive.